Hey guys, what's up? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs. For this review, we're looking at the Marvel Icons Spider-Man. This is basically an upscaled version of the McFarlane Spider-Man, the one that everybody likes. One of the best Spider-Man figures in the 6-inch scale. It's not exactly the same sculpt, but it's very similar. And it is basically the styling of the McFarlane Spider-Man. So if you like that, you'll like this. He stands 12 inches tall, almost exactly. He has a nice slim build. He is known for having bow legs from the packaging, and he has loose joints a lot of the time. His arms are kind of long, I think, but it's probably not too bad being that it's Spider-Man. All of the webbing is sculpted, and it's painted well on his head, but it's not painted well anywhere else, and that is common. I've had a bunch of these throughout the years, and there's a lot of webbing that gets missed, including the spider on his chest. You never know if you're going to get a decent paint job on this guy, and most of the time you're not. It's kind of a bummer. He's got kind of like a mix between the light blue and the dark blue, so I think that's a good balance. I think most people like that. The eyes are usually painted fairly well. That one is. This one could be a little bit better. I could probably touch that up with a little bit of black going around the eye, but it's not bad, and it's definitely a nice look for Spidey, I think. Not too much else to say about paint. There's no shading really in the blue. I thought there was when I was thinking back on it, but there isn't. And there's only a little bit of that black wash in the red. So he's not as nice looking as some of the other Icons figures. Now, as far as articulation goes, the head goes all the way back and pretty far forward. And so it's got that pivot, and then it swivels around that, of course. He's got the butterfly joint like the Marvel Legends one, but it's almost useless. It doesn't work properly at all. So really don't count that in your equation. He has the ball hinge shoulder. Excuse me, that was a heck of a sneeze. He has the ball hinge shoulder and bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, wrist swivel, wrist pivot, and individual finger hinges, finger pivots, whatever you want to call that. But you can't really do a good web shooting hand, so it's kind of useless. Kind of sucks, to be completely honest, and it's really the same on both sides. It's really a bummer. And I think they put this finger on with the wrong finger. It looks kind of warped. I don't know. Maybe I could just heat it up and fix it, but it doesn't look great. His ab crunch is pretty good. He leans pretty far forward. Not too far back though, so that's not the best. Waist swivel isn't, I mean, it's there obviously, but they didn't do a good job of hiding it at all. It's not hidden one little bit. For some reason, it stands out to me as being an ugly cut joint. He has Y-hinge hips. Of course, it's really stiff, as most of the Icons are, with loose thigh swivels built in. Double jointed knees, good range of motion, but they tend to get really loose. A swivel at the top of the boot, which maybe I glued because they were too loose, or maybe they just got stuck over time, I don't know, but they are there. Ankle pivot, pretty good range of motion for the ankle pivot. Toe pivot, pretty good. And he has an ankle rocker, but it's pretty limited, so it's definitely not the best Spider-Man figure. It's definitely not the best Icons, but it is a decent 12-inch Spider-Man figure, and I'm pretty sure he's still pretty sought after, so if you can grab one for a good price, I think you should probably do that. Makes a really nice set to go with Venom. I don't like the Peter Parker head version of this guy, by the way, so if you're going to get one, get this one. And get Venom, who is my favorite Icons figure, and I'm going to be reviewing him next, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.